Getting some de-aging as we go. Not just ourselves, the show. We're going to gradually get younger as we go along here.
We're going to Benjamin Button this shit.
Yeah, it's a very expensive episode. So
it's going to be.
Yes, Disney helped out tremendously.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's submission. Talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up. Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks pod. Feel the Geeks. You're listening to the Feel the Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 197 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Bill.
Cool Bill.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, the lights in here.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
197, man. Countdown to, as you and Steve said on the last podcast, countdown to 200.
I know.
Getting closer.
It's crazy. We got to do something. I don't know what, but
We do.
got to do something big. You know, maybe some guerrilla filmmaking will go to a public place and just like come to you
There we
live.
go.
Yeah.
We'll recruit some Vandy drivers,
Yes.
and we'll have them, bring us to a secluded location somewhere. We'll do a live recording.
There you go.
They won't be able to react because they'll be bound and gagged, but it'll be fun.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Great news. We are 20 subs away from getting 100 on YouTube.
Wow.
So
Nice.
it might seem low to some people, but we have only started doing video. It'll be a year in May, perhaps, or a little after that. So, I mean, it's coming up.
It was, I think it was before Des Moines Con.
Yeah, it was a big leap.
Right when we started
big leap
that,
for
so.
this show. And, I mean, so many things. Just being in the same room again was a big leap. So,
Yeah.
kind of just like all collided at once. But, of course, we're still available audio versions. I always share that. So, you know, if you don't want to, I don't want you to watch if you're driving or anything like that. I know we're very attractive people, but you just got to keep, what do they call it? 10 and 2?
10 and 2,
10
baby.
and 2. Yeah, 10 and 2.
Don't drive distracted.
Yes.
Arrive alive, all that
Right or
DOT
die.
propaganda.
But yeah, I'm hoping everyone listening out there, you know, if you can share the show with your friends, family, loved ones, strangers, you know, just come up and bother them, you know.
Yeah. Just tap them on the shoulder and be like, hey, subscribe to Field of Geeks.
There you go.
What are you doing with your life?
Well, and if we can get to 100 before Christmas, I mean, that's a stretch, but that'd be an awesome gift. I mean, it's
That
an
would be cool.
awesome gift either way, getting listeners and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always appreciated, but man, that'd be something. Yeah, we crack open some champagne or something, alcohol free. I don't know. Welch's.
Sparkling Welch's grape
Yes.
juice. There we go.
Let's just put a sticky note on it labeled hard stuff.
Yeah. Joss Whedon's tears fermented.
Got to patent that. But yeah, Christmas episode, we're gonna do something. I don't know what, but we gotta cook up something for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
yeah, a lot of fun. But yeah, 200's coming. So yeah, we'll figure something out for that too. We won't hit 200 by Christmas, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah, it'd probably be, I'd probably say after the first of the year.
yeah,
Maybe.
that'd be cool. Yep.
Everyone be on, holidays and stuff like that. It's a little harder for us to
Yep.
all kind of get together in the same room, but
I'll get all this holiday weight off I've been carrying for 10 years or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens. But yeah, a little icebreaker segment here. Zorro. I know we haven't really, there's been some, like, I think CW was going to do something with Zorro,
Yeah, I
but
think
other
so.
than that, hasn't been a lot of talk. You know, Antonio Banderas did like 2 movies. Zorro movies, which were pretty good. The first one's very good. I
thought
like
the first one
that
was
classic.
awesome.
I think they waited too long to do a sequel. That might have been the problem. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, he's being interviewed, and he was somehow got onto the topic of Zorro, and he thought he would love to, if it was him in charge, he would pass the torch to his Uncharted co-star Tom Holland.
I can see that, I guess, because so Zorro's been kind of, maybe I'm just attributing this because of Antonio Banderas, but isn't he like kind of a Hispanic origin?
Yep.
So
So
I hate to say that, but like in today's day and age, anytime,
yeah,
anybody who's not like of that ethnicity or background, they, scream whitewashing.
Right.
No discredit to Tom Holland whatsoever. I mean,
No.
I'm sure he could probably pull off an accent and, be perfect with it.
Or if they do like a modern tale, he's just like an American, or he's a British dude, maybe. Or in the past too,
Yeah, and I
don't
mean,
know.
action-wise, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tom Holland could pull it off 100%.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I mean, he's in his prime. Like, this is the time he can do all kinds of flips and shit. Like, minute he hits 30, he's probably like.
I would personally, if we were going to cast a young Zorro or something like that, God, I would butcher the shit out of his name if I tried to pronounce it. But the guy who's going to play Blue Beetle.
Oh, yes,
Cobra
I'm with
Kai.
you, dude. Yeah. Cobra Kai guy.
Guy who played Miguel in Cobra
There
Kai.
you go, Miguel. That's his name.
Yeah.
That's his real name, Miguel.
Miguel is his real name. It's like
For us.
I don't know, some with an X or something.
Right,
I'm not
yeah.
even going to try and pronounce it because I'll destroy it.
I'll definitely destroy it.
But I think, honestly, stunt-wise and stuff like that, and it would be the right kind of, nationality, I guess. I hate to say that because, if you look back at, like, Shakespeare, they had dudes playing women all the time, and they actually killed people on stage. But...
and no standing ovation.
no
Really?
standing ovation.
Dicks.
Never. Like, come on, this is Oscar-worthy. Jeez.
He died for you, literally.
He died for your entertainment. Are you not entertained? But no, I think if you're going to go with somebody, and try to keep the same like nationality and everything like that, I think he would be a good choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to see a new Zorro movie. I thought the first one, I never really cared much for the second one, but I thought the first one that Antonio did was good. And
it was like lightning in a bottle, I thought. And I think it was a decent box office.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
It was one of those summer blockbuster things, if I remember correctly.
I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones in her prime, like, oof,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Anthony Hopkins as well.
Great
He's
cast.
kind of like the old mentor, like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan character.
It had a great origin story. It just flowed. It wasn't like, it didn't slow, and it was weird. It's kind of fast paced, but it had its moments to slow down. I think a lot of movies now, especially your direct to streamers, it's so boom, 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 boom with the origins. They just want to get you there, right? But this was crafted in a way. It felt organic, I guess.
I thought so.
But they tackled a lot
for
of different. Well, it was the same timeline, but it just tackled a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
For
really
a
did.
2-hour movie. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It was
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
I'd love to go revisit that. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think it means a lot for him to say, I'm willing to give it to Tom Holland. And this is just, he was just talking fantasy. But, if it catches on, I don't know. I mean, you could definitely write it in saying and just acknowledge, like, this dude's a Brit. I think it would be more offensive if he was trying to play a Spaniard like Anthony Hopkins did.
Or if it was maybe like I don't know, maybe that'd be even more offensive. But like when he puts on the Zorro outfit, he like tries to make himself seem like he's a Spaniard or something like that to hide his identity.
I mean, that's kind of clever, I think. I don't know. There's
You
so
never
many things
know.
that should be talked about, but it's just it never works out. When people try to bring up things like you can do it the other way around, and I understand those reasons, but I think if they wrote it in, like acknowledge, like we're not pretending he's Spanish or whatever.
Yeah.
We're I think if you did it that way, and then perhaps at the end, some other Zorro takes the mantle. I don't know, but I think it's he would really be good. But maybe in the Zorro lore, there's another sidekick or something you could introduce. You know? I don't know, Little Zorro or something.
I mean, I very briefly when the TV series was running,
I remember that too.
Very briefly watched it, but
the 90s one, right?
Yeah,
that's what I grew up on. That's how I knew Zorro, and then I realized later it was one back in the
like it was
60s or 50s. Yeah.
It like was one of those old black and white serial kind of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there, obviously. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
I think honestly though, like if anybody is going to take over the reins and like make a new Zorro film, they're probably going to want to go to Antonio Banderas and be like,
pass the torch.
hey, maybe
officially,
get your input on it.
I mean, he did have a son in the last film, so that would be
Be like son of Zorro,
right.
It's
maybe
like,
he
wait a
doesn't want to
minute.
be Zorro. Yeah,
Why is he a white British guy? You lied to me.
I got it.
No, I'm just
His
kidding.
college mate is Tom Holland, and he's like, my dad wants me to be Zorro. Can you just put this costume on and just go have fun? And then his dad's like, I'm so proud of you, son. There you go. See, call me Columbia, whoever has the property rights now. That was interesting. Again, this is becoming a segment. It sucks. Didn't talk a lot about other people. Just this one stood out. But yeah, this is a rest in peace segment, which sucks. But Clarence Gilliard, he wasn't like a huge known actor. He's a known character actor. He was in Walker, Texas Ranger, Die Hard, Matlock, Top Gun.
Yeah, he did Sundown. Sundown and Top Gun.
And he was Theo, the tech guy in Die Hard. He gets punched out. Great part. I mean, he didn't.
Great actor.
Yeah, I mean, he had quite a presence, especially when they come into the building and he's reciting a basketball play or something, and the guy gets shot and he goes boom. I mean, he just had these quirks. Yeah, he really did a good job. He might have even been on Chips, I want to say. Yeah,
I would be the last person to confirm or deny that.
Yeah,
I'd probably have to have Steve.
I grew up with a great grandma, and I would go over her house a lot, and she'd watch a bunch of old shows. And Chips was one of them. So that's how I got introduced to Chips. Yeah. But Chips was like a cop show. California Highway Patrol had a bunch of Michael Dorn was on that show, who later on played Worf, of course. So
there's a lot of people in Chips, from what I understand. Like big names now or became big names later.
Yep. Chris Pine's father, Robert Pine, he was the captain on that show. So yeah, I could be wrong about Clarence being in that, but yeah, he was only 66. He was a theater professor and an author, so he was still keeping busy. It sounds like. I don't think he's really been in a film for quite some time. Walker might have been it.
It seemed like that 80s, 90s era.
Yeah,
he was like that was when that's when I know him from. Anyway.
Yeah,
like I don't remember. I don't. Yeah. If I really thought about it, I'd probably, if I looked up on IMDb, I'd probably see something and be like, oh yeah, he was in that.
Well, Walker, I mean, that was on forever, so I gave him so much material.
He was good in Walker. I did like.
And I think Matlock, he was pretty decent too. I think he did. He showed up, and Top Gun. Yeah, he's got some scenes and dialogue. Like one dialogue piece is Maverick.
Yeah,
it's in the shower, so the shower room or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you do, hang out in the shower room. It was the 80s, cocaine. But yeah, rest in peace. Anyone else you can think of? I know Jason David Frank. You missed us talking about him. You're big fan.
Yeah, very big fan. So two of my childhood heroes are now gone. Of course, we lost Kevin Conroy not that long ago, and then Jason David Frank passed away at the age of 49. There's been a lot of speculations out there. There's been some stuff that's been confirmed. I'm not going to really get into that too much, but his wife and him were working on reconciling, or had reconciled, and she's gotten a lot of really undeserved hate, I think. But it's sad because he even years after, playing the Green Ranger, he of course came back as a White Ranger, Red Ranger, Black Ranger, came back throughout like basically all the anniversary episodes.
Yeah, they
did. And Power Rangers just hit its 30th anniversary today, or not today, but recently.
Yeah.
Anyway. And there's a new project coming out where it's going to, I think it's like Cosmic Fury or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Where some of the old cast is coming back, like Walter Emmanuel Jones is coming back.
Wow.
David Yost is coming back as Billy Cranston.
Nice.
So that's awesome. Not Billy Creston, Billy Cranston. And no, that is not where I got the name from.
I actually thought that.
No.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a tremendous guy, and I think he always wanted to, show appreciation for his fans, and always wanted to give them the. I remember like stories from him being at like WizardCon and stuff like that, where he would just, it wouldn't matter how long the line was, he would sit there and meet every person, sign every autograph.
Yeah.
So very tremendous loss to him and his family, and that's very sad news to hear, especially given the I'll say circumstances
Yeah.
that he passed away from. But just that's kind of my 2 cents on it, I guess. And hopefully at some point we'll get Legend of the White Dragon. That's been being worked on forever.
Because it's all through Kickstarter, right?
It was crowdfunded through Kickstarter, and then they had some other sponsors, I think, take it on. And
okay, cool.
It's God, I can't think of the guy's name now. The guy from who runs Bat in the Sun.
Yes. Yep.
Is kind of the guy producing this, and it's been, I don't want to say in development hell, but it feels like it's been in development forever, and hopefully they are still able to release it. I think if nothing else is a final tribute to JDF.
Yeah.
I think it would be good, but
they usually make their features are usually like 30 some minutes or so.
This was going to be like an actual
full length
hour or so.
That's what I was wondering.
Movie.
Yeah. Hopefully he did all his shots. I know he still had the mohawk, so it kind of leads to believing, because that's the look of his character in the trailer.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I wonder if he was still, because I'm sure their budget's low, so they get to it when they can get to it, pretty much, right? They probably just try to shoot. Yeah.
But I mean, Bat in the Sun has done tremendous things with the budget that they've had just on their YouTube videos. Yeah. So I mean,
right?
I don't know. I just really, I hope that it gets released at some point.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yeah. He's the main star of that, isn't he? Sort of.
He is he is the main star. I think there's a couple other Power Rangers actors that are in it. Sierra Hanna from the Megaforce series, and then Jason Font from Time Force.
I wonder if they'll they have to. Remember when Heath Ledger died and he was doing that film, The Imagination of
Dr. Parnassus,
and all those actors took that role on as kind of a tribute in a way. I wonder if maybe they would do. I have no idea. I'm speculating. I don't know how much they've shot, but that would be kind of cool. His friends would maybe take that part for a little bit.
I guess the good thing about this role that he's playing in it is that it's kind of like a pseudo Power Rangers kind of film.
Yeah.
Like, it's a full body armor type thing. So maybe, I don't know. I hate to say do some AI stuff with his voice, but maybe, do something like that along those lines. But
yeah,
I really hope that, he completed his role and everything. 'Cause I'd love to see him in it organically.
Right.
Of course I don't want to see him reproduced or anything, but
right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to that. I hope they
don't have the budget really to do that. I don't think, to try to CGI his face.
Oh yeah. I know that. Apparently that, when Lucasfilm did that, it cost them a pretty good chunk of change.
Yeah.
For just doing the little bit they did with Carrie Fisher and Luke Skywalker and
which
stuff like
still
that.
weren't the greatest, to my opinion.
Well, I know, but
they got close. Yeah,
they refined the.
I mean, it's getting better. Yeah, it's just
so.
Yeah, I think it's just the work hours you got to put into it. But
it's definitely.
I mean, we'll definitely
intensive.
We'll definitely be getting some de-aging as we go. Not just ourselves, the show. We're going to gradually get younger as we go along here.
We're going to Benjamin Button this shit.
Yeah, it's a very expensive episode. So
it's going to be.
Yes, Disney helped out tremendously.
Yeah, we shouted out Bob Iger, and all of a sudden, just our Patreon blew up. And,
well, it was Bob Chapek who greenlit it, and luckily, when Iger took over, he's like, this is something special, guys. We're
really
gonna keep it going. Here's another mill, just for yourselves. So
Bob me a new Maserati. It's just parked right up front.
Heck yeah. I'm in a mansion. What?
It's a Hot Wheels Maserati. That's what I could afford.
And it's a picture of a mansion.
It's a Lego mansion.
But, I mean, Power Rangers, of course, consist of a lot of martial arts and all that stuff. So, speaking of that, our quick news segment, Bruce Lee is getting another biopic.
Another one.
Do you remember? Well, you remember Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
Dragon was phenomenal. I love that.
That was from our childhood, yeah. I mean, Yes, it was very fictionalized, but it kind of did what Weird Al did in a way. Like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I mean not like
but
silly, but
they did make it fantastical in some regards.
yes, like most of these true stories do that. Like they merge like one character, they merge like three people into one character basically, and so it's just more boring in real life. You know, like one of my biggest complaints was like Bohemian Rhapsody. Like towards the end, it's like they're acting like he's getting ready for the day that's going to define him. Like he had no idea when they did that Live Aid.
That was going to be like his big performance.
It was just another performance. And
Yeah.
They just treated it like, today's my day of greatness. And he introduced his mom to his boyfriend. Like everything was just clicking. And it's like, it's boring if you just tell real life stuff. All that stuff took time.
Well, yeah.
You know, it was not the same day.
If you know...
Yeah.
If somebody were to make
I
a
get
movie
it.
about you and follow you around with a camera
Right,
for
it'd be
24
boring.
hours,
Yeah.
it would be shit. But then, like, if they cut it down to a 30-minute
Yeah.
thing and just use the interesting bits,
Right,
of it,
right.
it would make it seem much more like you have much more of an interesting life.
Right, like every biopic, yeah. I mean, it can't be 100% interesting with these people. You know, I think the new Elvis movie took liberties. So
Oh God,
I think most
Yeah,
people
the-
just. Well, I didn't even see it yet, but
I prefer the
John Carpenter one.
John Rhys Davies one. I think what is his name? The guy that was in Tudors.
Oh, that dude. He played Elvis.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a made-for-TV one. Like Robert
Oh.
Patrick was in it.
Okay.
Like it was a really good one. But
Well, Kurt Russell played him in a '79 TV movie after Carpenter did Halloween, I believe, called Elvis.
yeah, that one was. I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah,
of that one
yeah.
too. That's pretty good.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, these biopics are kind of like stretched a little bit. And actually, as a child seeing Dragon, you're like, oh my God, like what? All this stuff? What?
Yeah.
You know, it's this on-set sabotage of these dudes who have a beef with them. Like, I'm sure legendary stories. But anyway, Ang Lee is doing this project. This is a long time passion project for him. It's been written several times over the years. He's chosen his son to play Bruce Lee, which is kind of controversial. But again, the backers in the studio would have to probably be okay with it. I mean, I'm sure the kid's got some decent
Yeah.
chops. Mason Lee is his name, and no relation to Bruce Lee. Just a bunch of Lees, you know,
Yeah.
an Asian culture. But yeah, he's gonna be playing Bruce Lee, and of course, Ang Lee's directed the Fantastic Hulk. It was called Hulk, but it's fantastic,
Fantastic.
right?
Yeah. Sure it is. We were talking about this before the episode started. So I got to take my glasses off because this is really serious and we really need to. Ang Lee is either far end of the really great movie director
Yeah,
spectrum or dog shit. So like think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is
Yep.
like one of the best movies
I
ever.
think he did that before Hulk, right? That was kind of like his
I don't
big.
remember where exactly
Okay.
it fit in, but then
Right.
like Hulk was dog shit. No offense to Eric.
He fought
Bana.
dogs, big dogs.
Yes, he fought Hulk dogs.
Nick Nolte.
And then became fucking 20 feet tall like Godzilla or
I
something.
wanted to talk to you. Maybe we did this a little bit, but yeah, I think I did ask the question. Like, if you take Hulk out of the equation, the look and everything, the characters, if it was just on its own, do you think it would have been more interesting?
No,
No,
I really
no,
don't.
no. Obviously, the comic book panels, you have to take those out too.
Yeah, I mean that was to me that was more of like trying to make it campy, like 60s Batman kind of campy.
Yeah. They were
It was
trying
kind of cool. I mean, they were
something-
trying something
yeah.
different. They didn't want to. At the time, like really, the only comic book movies we'd gotten was like, aside from Batman, Superman,
We had Spider-Man already.
we got
X-Men,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
We had like Fantastic Four. We had Blade, and
yeah.
they didn't want it to just be this like, in a dark and gritty alleyway, somebody was bombarded by gamma rays.
Right.
So, I mean, they.
Hulk was,
It's unique how they did it, and I appreciate how they did it.
yeah.
But it was still a shit movie.
Sam Elliott,
And
though.
Sam
Great
Elliott can
casting
do
there.
no wrong. He can do no wrong whatsoever. And
Yeah.
the guy's a fucking vampire. He's like 9,000 years old.
That's just the mustache.
10,000 years, I'm free. Just kidding.
I'm playing Rita in my next film.
Rita Repulsa.
They're trying something new, big time. Yeah.
Have you ever been stranded on the moon in a space dumpster? That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
Eat some beef. That's what's for dinner.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah, that was the best casting of that movie. I wish they would have carried him over. But yeah.
I'm excited to see what Harrison Ford's going to do with the role of
Yeah, it's interesting.
Thaddeus Ross.
'Cause he's so much. Well, you know what? He might be Elliot's age. He's 80 now. So I wonder if Elliot's 80.
Elliott's been doing movies forever.
He has, yeah.
Like there's even in Roadhouse, he looked like he does now. So I mean, he's,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes back further than that. I mean, it's weird to see him without a mustache. He did some parts.
God,
You're like,
I know.
whoa.
It's like, wait, that's not.
It's like Tom Selleck, like, damn, they're still handsome without
It's like,
the damn.
do you think maybe they had to get like a certain level of like street cred in Hollywood before they got the mustache was gifted to them like in a pine box? It was like monogrammed or something. It's like, you've made it.
Nick Offerman's family gifted it to him.
Yeah.
From the wood shop. Yeah, talk about mustaches, man. That guy, whew, I'm jealous. But yeah, Ang Lee's Bruce Lee movie will, it's beginning stages. It's going to be written by Dan Futterman, who did 05's Capote. You ever seen that with Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah.
That gives me kind of a little bit of hope there. So
Yeah, definitely.
Got him a Best Actor award. He did Brokeback Mountain, which, such a great action movie. And what? Have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
I have not. No.
I haven't either. Funny story. So when this Brokeback Mountain came out, I knew what it was about. Jokingly, I say, talk to my dad, and I just throw things out there sometimes. And they don't land too much, I don't think. But in this particular case, I told him and my stepmom about this cowboy movie that came out. And I don't know, a week or maybe almost a month later, I get a call from my dad. And he goes, so we went to that movie you suggested. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, I didn't know it was about that. And he said, yeah, they were getting really close. And then we were like, what's going on? And then they went for it. And just like, I think they stayed for the whole film. But I was like, of all times you listened to me about this film?
Yeah.
I felt really bad, but I was like, I didn't even think you would be like, yeah, let's, because my, dad doesn't go see a lot of movies in the theater. So
right.
I felt terrible, but I was like, okay, I guess I need to watch what I say for now. I didn't know how to take it. I was like,
yeah,
okay. But hey, he got to see it before I did. I haven't seen it yet. Oh gosh.
Thanks for taking one for the team, Dave.
Oh gosh. 95th Oscars. I know you're a huge Oscar fan.
Totally.
Like we all are. No, I'm the big fan of the group pretty much. Last year, they cut 8 categories from live air, which was very controversial and, pissed a lot of people off. It was to cut time, but the show still lasted forever, probably because Will Smith.
Show, no matter what they cut out of the show, it's still a 3-hour broadcast.
Well, and then, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, so that took up more time, of course.
Yeah.
That was just jaw-dropping. I was just like, what the fuck? I'm still getting over that. He keeps apologizing, but he the latest thing he said, he was interviewed by Trevor Noah, Will Smith I'm talking about. He forgave himself. And I was just kind of like, dude, I wouldn't say that. I think you're throwing more gas on the fire. I don't know.
I mean,
just shut up.
Think there's... I think the reason why it's still fresh in your mind is that there's never really been any closure on this.
Yeah. It's not a movie. You won't be.
Chris Rock didn't want to talk about it forever.
Yeah.
And when he did finally talk about it, he was like,
yeah,
that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
There's never been a finalized.
No.
Even though P. Diddy said, oh yeah, there was hug and there was hugs and
he said that night. They made up. Shut up, P. Diddy. You don't even know them.
But to this day, there hasn't been. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Will? Here's my keys. Give me a car. I'm P. Diddy. Whatever. Nice to meet you.
Jesus. To this day, I don't think there's been that Chris and Will sitting in a room and hashing it out.
Chris is not interested, man.
So really, I think we always when we're following. It's just in our nature, I think, to want to follow Hollywood drama and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we always want to get that big payoff at the end of it or something like that. Just watching
a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
this is gonna. I mean, Will's banned for 10 years, so
I'm sure somebody's going to make jokes about it or something like that.
oh, they have to. I think even Jimmy Kimmel's hosting, and he's going to
So it's going to be 3 hours of him laughing at himself, right?
probably.
Or just laughing because everything's funny to Jimmy Kimmel.
Maybe he won't like lay down this time like he did some other
No,
award
wait,
show.
that's Jimmy. I always get those two mixed up.
Oh, Fallon.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Fallon. I'm thinking
No,
of. Never
Fallon.
mind.
I don't think Fallon could do the Oscars. No,
That's Jimmy Kimmel.
I think the Roots can do a
Okay.
better job. No, Kimmel's done it. Like this will be his third time, so he's grandfathered in a little bit. Like
Maybe
he can do it.
Maybe he'll do like a live Oscar version of Mean Tweets.
Oh, that would be great.
Pretty good.
They have
Do like
to
a
do
ticker
that.
at the bottom of people tweeting shit about the Oscars.
Except since Will Smith's banned, like, will he be part of these mean tweets? Can they technically have him aboard?
Yeah, I thought so. Total segue from that.
Yeah.
But
That's what we do best.
so he's able to get nominated and win, but he can't attend.
See, that's kind of.
Is that what I'm understand? Is that what I understood from that? Like,
I think so. It's really wishy-washy. It's never. I don't think this has ever happened before, at least in a public knowledge type of domain.
yeah,
you know?
I mean, I'm sure there's been people blacklisted and like behind the scenes and
Well,
stuff.
are you familiar with Marlon Brando letting that Indian woman take the award and or not take the award, protest? What was she protesting about? Oh, the treatment of indigenous people, I think it was. Supposedly, they had to hold John Wayne back. He was going to get up on stage and assault her ass. Yeah.
Wow.
But I never heard that until the Will Smith thing, because that's when they said, here's
Yeah.
Oscar's dirty secrets. And it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, this could have happened
What?
already. And
Yeah, I'm sure, like,
they just
in
kept it like so like I don't know, whoever was in charge of the show, I don't know who deals with that, but I don't know. Everyone's shocked probably because Will Smith's never done something like this before.
Well,
you know?
and he's always been portrayed as being this like
Nice guy, yeah.
nice guy, family man
Yeah.
kind of thing. But honestly, I mean, not to get too off topic.
I know,
here,
yeah.
but I honestly think like he never should have won the award, or it should have been revoked from him, or something like that. Like,
Right.
not even like, I don't know how long it was after that because I didn't watch it. I just went and watched the clips of him slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. But
Chris Rock took it, man. I mean, he could have
he
jumped
took
on his back.
He took it like a champ. And I mean, honestly, epitome of professionalism
Yeah.
for him. I mean, he made a little joke about it, but he didn't like immediately like go after him and
Yeah.
jump him or anything, or say, "Hey, Will, fuck you." Or
He is now though, because Will and Jada, you know, they like to do this red table talk where they know every damn thing pretty much. And I think Chris has been on the attack front now because he's like, "Fuck you guys," you know. Who says you have to be the people to go to about all this shit? Like, shut up.
I don't know.
No, but what was I gonna say? Oh, I just didn't like the cockiness of it as well. Like,
It was like, love will make you do crazy things. It's like,
yeah. Well, he smacked him, right? But when he turned and walked off like he was on a damn like movie. Like,
yeah, he had
you
this
know?
like swagger to him.
Yeah,
like,
it was
"Look what
just
I
like-
did."
Yeah, it was just bullshit. And then he partied afterwards. It was just a bad taste all around. It's kind of like, hey, he got bullied. You know, I mean, I guess Chris Rock, you know, yeah, he told a joke. You know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
He's a comedian. That's what comedians kind of do. If they,
Right.
didn't- I mean, that'd be like a surgeon not picking up a scalpel.
And it wasn't really a joke about
Really.
her hair
Alopecia,
condition. It was a
yeah.
joke about her appearance, which she had stubble. Like, she looked like G.I. Jane.
She looked like she shaved her head before the thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. But
right. It's
I don't know. The one thing I can and always have said in Will Smith's defense on this is that I think
Jada sucks.
90%, yeah, 90% of that had to do with Jada. 'Cause that woman, you know,
Because he laughed.
tremendous actress. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like with Tom Cruise. I love watching Tom Cruise's movies, but I know he's a gigantic piece of shit. And the same thing is pretty much the same with Jada.
Yeah, over the years, definitely.
She's out there.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All accounts. But yeah, should be
Jimmy
entertaining this year. We'll see. I'll be there. And
please God, don't let anybody use this as a political platform. That shit sucks so bad. In the words of Ricky Gervais, get your awards, say your thanks, and fuck off.
Now that's who needs to host the Oscars. But
oh God, I'd love it if they brought him in.
he doesn't want to do it. I mean,
no, I understand why he doesn't want to do it because
I mean, if they pay him a lot of money, sure.
Well, yeah,
I actually liked when Seth MacFarlane hosted. Did you ever see that one?
that wasn't.
He
too
did the
bad.
song "We Saw Your Boobs," which people are like, "That's poor taste." I'm like, okay, well these actresses were nude in movies, right?
Know
Like,
who Seth MacFarlane is,
yeah.
right?
And I dug the William Shatner Captain Kirk. He got him in the old maroon outfit, and they did a segment. I was like, this is the Oscars. This is pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. It's probably the last very
I don't.
out there show.
I'm not ever entertained by the Oscars. That's why I stopped watching a long time ago. But
even in the heyday, like Billy Crystal when he was really good and stuff.
No, that was like probably when I really loved watching.
Yeah.
Because I liked he did these skits at the beginning where he was like he put himself in, in movies that were up for nomination that year.
Right.
And that was hilarious. Like Billy Crystal was.
He did it too long though. Like he came back he came back many times, but the last time he was on, I think the ratings were terrible and it was just too much. He needed to just leave. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, they had Johnny Carson hosts. I mean, all these. I mean, this thing started out as like a small gathering. It was not even televised, and then it eventually was, and it's gotten more and more big over the years.
It's kind of like what I remember anyway when I was a kid was that like it was kind of like watching the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Oh yeah, because the host would poke fun at the actors and stuff. Yeah,
it was just like this small, like kind of intimate affair.
Yeah.
And there was no like second balcony with full of whoever
or fans and stuff. Yeah,
all that. But yeah, I mean, it's grown into a big deal now. But
but there's so many award shows now too. Like actually, I only watch the Oscars anymore. I don't watch any other ones because it kind of makes it predictable. I mean, I guess you do hear who won and stuff, but I don't know. I just hate that. Like, there's so many awards. Like, and like I remember back when Jamie Foxx was making the rounds as Ray. He had to keep topping his acceptance speeches because it's like, how because you want to give a good acceptance speech too. It's a performance. It really is a performance.
It is.
And so I'll see it, of course, March 12th, 2023, ABC, I'm assuming. I don't know if I'm sure Mean Tweets is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd say so.
I don't know.
Like have the celebrities walk out on stage. And every now and then throughout the performance. And
like not pre-recorded, just do it live.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Do it live. I mean, they did that on his show once. And it was one where they had they had Dwayne Johnson come out and read something about him sucking. And he's like, I'll give you something to suck. And walk off stage or something. So I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool to incorporate some of that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they'll do a good job. But yeah, it's still weird. Maybe after this show, it'll feel a little bit better. I don't know. It's just I can't describe what I feel about the whole thing. It was just very unpleasant, And I know a lot of people right after it happened were like, yeah. And I was just like, man, I just felt like such a shitty move on his part. Like that, really?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do now? Because comedians already are getting canceled.
I mean,
sort
there's
of
people getting heckled and jumping on stage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just it's crazy.
Hats off to that one lady who got politics aside, but it was a Trump supporter. He threw a beer at her and she caught it, I guess, and drank it. I thought that was pretty cool. She got booked on Kimmel for it. So yeah. Some of those comedians out there, they will stand up for what they do. So more to come on the Oscars, especially with predictions. And I haven't seen all the films yet this year, but there's quite a lot of performances. I mean, Angela Bassett might get nominated for Black Panther. I think nomination is warranted. I don't know if a win is, but
I'd give her the win.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was great. I mean,
I'm a little biased because I've only seen Marvel movies over the last 2 years. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think she above and beyond stepped up her game for Black Panther 2.
Well, and
acting wise, and she was her and Chadwick were pretty close, I guess. Like she was kind of a mentor to him anyway when he was coming up, and it'd be kind of a nice thing. I mean, I guess I mean, she can give a tribute to Chadwick any way she wants, but
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it'd be nice to see her win so she could.
Should definitely win like a Screen Actors or something else, maybe
Yeah,
a lower key
I could
award, but still
I could see
have that
that. I don't
opportunity.
I think it's going to cause it from an Academy perspective. I think it would cause a shitstorm if they started giving awards to things from Marvel and
Unless
DC.
it's
I
going
mean,
to
with
finally,
with the way they like, it's either going to legitimize the films
Mm-hmm.
or it's going to create a shitstorm where like Scorsese and Tarantino, have been like vocal about them not being good movies and
right.
or whatever they say. I don't
Right.
know. I don't follow that so much. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
make your own opinion on if you like a movie or not. Definitely don't listen to the tomato meter, but don't listen to celebrities. They don't know shit.
Except Tarantino's pretty good, but
Yeah,
sometimes he's off. I get it.
I know.
Yeah.
But
The thing is, that was such an off the cuff comment he made. It was, and it just got
it was
like, blown
and
out
I
of
think
proportion.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of that is just like out of context
Yeah.
things that get blown out of proportion. But I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to see like Marvel get kind of legitimized that way by best actress, supporting actress kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'd be nice. It'll be nice to see.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll get their due, somehow, some way. Moving into movies, basically a bunch of trailers we're going to be talking about. Thank you, Disney, because
Wrap yourselves in.
I had some articles
It's a ride,
I was gonna do instead of usual like talking about a specific movie, but yeah, Disney decided to take a dump with their trailers. There's some con I think going on right now. Forgive me, I don't recall what it is, but anyway, that's where all these trailers came from. So yeah, first off, obviously this one isn't owned by Disney, is it? No, it's not. It's Paramount. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Holy shit!
Oh, just the screen capture alone.
Just the thumbnail got me hyped for it. Seeing Optimus Primal
Wow.
got me
Yeah.
hyped for it.
Long way from Beast Wars.
Yeah. So we were kind of discussing this before the show, but this movie is going to incorporate some of the Transformers from Beast Wars, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about this. Like, I loved the cartoon when I was a kid. I wasn't big into collecting the toys. I was too busy collecting Power Rangers. But I was very religious about watching the show, and the show was really cool.
Yeah, cutting edge. It was the first of many CGI shows.
Yeah, it's kind of like in that era we were getting Reboot. We got, of course, Beast Wars. I think we kind of like we're starting to get that with like A Bug's Life and Toy Story, and I think people were trying to lean more into it and kind of see what they could do with CGI and stuff like
much
that.
lower
And
budget, but yeah, it was still a whole new concept.
But yeah, it was a pretty cool concept, and to see it live like that, especially mixed in with the Gen 1 Transformers that actually look like the Gen 1 Transformers, not just a mess of gyrating metal like from the Michael Bay stuff, but
well, and Bumblebee paved the way for that. You saw
I think
Bumblebee,
so too.
right?
Yeah, Bumblebee was amazing, and that was one of the main things that I loved about it was that they actually looked like the Transformer.
I mean, that was set in the 80s. This is set in the 90s, so I'm hoping they're honoring Bumblebee, what came before, because I know that wasn't a big hit for them, and I think there was some kind of panic, like, oh, we should just reboot again, or whatever the hell they were going to do. Yeah. So I'm hoping they decided not to exactly do that. But yeah, the looks are definitely from Bumblebee. And Bumblebee was so refreshing. I mean, Bay's Transformers, the first and third one are very interesting. But after that, it just kind of got, I don't know. And I think he's still producing these, oddly enough. But it's like, they kind of rewritten the timeline.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it because I loved what we saw.
So the thing that I always liked about Beast Wars is that they had this... because they had kind of crash landed on primitive Earth, right?
Yeah.
And they had to conserve energon as much as possible, which is like their fuel, their life source kind of thing. So they spent 80 to 90% of the time in their animal forms.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool, is that like we don't really get that reveal until we see like a 5-second clip of a battle sequence where Cheetor and Optimus Primal and a few of the other ones start transforming and stuff, and
Yeah, into like a modern Transformer look, right? For battle. That was cool, yeah.
So
sweet.
I'm very, very much looking forward to this. Jonah had made a comment in our group chat about wanting to see Optimal Optimus in this. So there was in one of the episodes, I want to say it was like one of the final episodes of the Beast Wars series.
Yeah.
They find the Ark or something like that with like the original Transformers in it.
Oh, sure.
And Optimus Primal merges his spark with Optimus Prime.
Whoa.
So it kind of makes him like this kind of
beast looking
amalgamation of the
two. Right.
So, I mean, that would be kind of cool to see it. I don't know that that's going to happen.
I think
it's cool to see them like side by side, like fighting together like this, though. So that'll be pretty cool.
Obviously, you got Peter Cullen coming back for Optimus Prime.
Optimus voice he's to Optimus Prime what Kevin Conroy was to Batman.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I mean, geez, he's come back for every movie.
Yeah.
They replaced Megatron, but they brought him back.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over again.
I always thought Hugo Weaving did a pretty good job as Megatron.
Yeah. But like the guy from the cartoon,
yeah.
I think that guy voiced Skeletor too. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, talk about a voice for Primal. Ron Perlman, man. Like
that's perfect.
Dude, I know, because I was like, wow, these voices are both great. And yeah.
And I want to say, I do not quote me on this by any means, because I could be way off. But I don't think that the voice actor for Optimus Prime in the cartoon was the same voice actor they got for Optimus Primal in the cartoon. Oh. So they had like a different, a different sounding voice. They might have been the same. I don't know.
Right.
I just remember Optimus Primal having a little bit of a softer voice, but Ron Perlman, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I really hope to see the T-Rex Megatron.
Wasn't that in the Last Night or whatever they called it?
That was that was the Dinobots.
Oh, okay.
Those were separate from
Beast Wars.
Oh,
they were.
Yeah.
Were they? So, do they have their own series too?
They were part of the Gen 1, Gen 2 series.
Oh, they were. Okay.
I know like Gridlock and stuff like that, I think was one of the names. But,
okay, sure.
I know like they showed up in like the cartoons.
Gotcha.
But like the only confusion I can see is that there is a actual one of the Beast Wars characters called Dinobot.
Yeah.
So if they call them the Dinobots and then they're like, "Hey Dinobot, get over here," and they all like 5 of them look over. No, I don't think that'll happen. But no, it was pretty cool. I mean, they had some really good characters in it. Yeah, I'm hyped to see this.
Yeah, it looks great. That reveal.
I'm hyped to see what the toy line is going to look like.
Oh yeah, they did a good
I haven't collected
job.
I was never a big collector of Transformers toys, but might be worth it.
I'm sure we could take a trip to Jonah's and see.
I'm sure he's going to order all of them. He'll just bring them in.
He's a massive Transformers fan. Yeah. I wish he was here. He'd probably have an extra hour show just of him talking about.
Oh, I know. I knew he was going to be. As soon as I saw that somebody had posted the trailer, and then I think I saw his comment on it about. I won't repeat it here because it's a little bit too NC-17 for this podcast, but I immediately was like, "Oh, that has to be Jonah," and then I was like, "Yep, Jonah posted that." I'm like, I knew he would.
The reveal of Primal was cool too in the water scene where he splashes down.
Yeah, like comes down and is like beating on his chest.
Yeah, and it's kind of like robotic with a touch of like. Oh, it was really done.
It looked really good.
Done very well. Anthony Ramos, who's from Hamilton, Star is Born. He's the star. He's the Shia LaBeouf of this film. Looks like driving the Porsche. Yeah, I'm like, good for him.
I guess I didn't really.
I recognized him, but
I didn't really recognize him for anything. I haven't seen Hamilton yet, so that's probably why. But
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Michelle Yeoh's in this. I think she's actually playing a character. Like, she's not just a voice. Mm-hmm. Pete Davidson's a voice of Mirage. Good for Pete. I'm a Pete Davidson fan. That's awesome. Mirage is an established character, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he might get a lot of hate. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
I'm thinking the irony of this because, Megan Fox was in the the Bay trilogy or Bay couple of the Bay
Not
films.
trilogy, just
Not-
1 and
not
2.
in
She
she was
badmouthed
in
the
1
second
2,
one,
and then,
and
yeah.
they're like, "You're fired."
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And then they got the supermodel actress to play his wife or girlfriend in the third.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they brought her back for Ninja Turtles. Good job, Michael Bay.
1 and 2. Yes. Yeah, Scourge is gonna be voiced by Peter Dinklage. Awesome.
Yeah,
Great voice. Scourge, established character? I don't know.
sure.
Sure? Okay. Better guess than
I have a 50-50 shot of being right. So
this is true false. Directed by Stephen Cable Jr., who directed Creed 2. That's the only movie I really know of that he's done. So Creed 2 was good. The trailer looks amazing. Yeah, I was so done with the Bay crap. I think all of us was just like, all right, man, enough.
it was very, very formulaic.
Yeah.
Like you could take the
Hot blonde.
you could
check.
take the like yeah, you could have literally play bullshit bingo with all three of them and be like, okay, yeah, protagonist has a love interest way out of his league, check. They have to get from this place to this place without getting destroyed by the people in this place, check. There's this one MacGuffin thing they have to use to destroy the other thing that's going to destroy the world, check. Like, okay.
They have a vending machine that either transforms or distributes a beverage for the star to drink.
The funniest part of, I believe it was the first one, was that an Xbox and a Mountain Dew got turned into a transformer.
Yeah.
And started just attacking these kids. I was like, yes, that's awesome. Like, I'll teach you to call me the N-word on Halo 3.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, and I think there was a Bud Light one or something. And
Yeah, there's...
in the Mark Wahlberg one, the first one he did, and he just starts drinking it for no reason, and then he's like, throws it down. It's just like, okay. All right.
Sure. Probably tastes like motor oil, but, it's Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
That's what he uses for pre-workout.
His burgers.
Probably is what he uses for Wahlburgers.
Yeah, so that'll be out 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We got a little tease when we saw the Christmas special. So yeah, we got some new faces, new places. I'm out of rhymes. No, but what's good about these Disney Plus shows, I think, is they establish a lot of like backstory. So when we get to the movies, we don't have to really be like, what the hell's going on? Like, for instance, the new ships, the Bowie.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. They always have great names for these ships.
They do.
The Milano and then the Benatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. New suits. I guess these were inspired by the original comic look. So the blue and orange. They kind of make them, I don't know. It's probably mean to say. They look very bloated in these suits. And it might just be the way they're shot coming down a ramp. But it just looks kind of like Michelin Men kind of looking.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
They have to weather the leather a little bit more or something.
I kind of wondered. I know the blue suits are like from the comics and everything.
Yeah.
But it also kind of reminded me of like the Nova Corps suits.
Yeah.
Guardians 1.
Which technically they're gone now, right? Because of Thanos. Didn't he go to that planet?
I don't know. They
I hope
say
we see them
they
again.
say he wiped out
Yeah.
whatever that planet was.
Where they had the stone. They kept it in the
Where
first
they had the power
Guardians.
stone
Yeah.
when he decimated them or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hopefully they
But
escaped. Yeah.
Thanos' whole, what makes me think is that like we'll still see a Nova superhero and stuff
Right.
like
Because that's a character they still want to
is
portray somehow. Yeah.
makes me think that is that even when he went to Gamora's planet when she was a kid, he very purposely only killed half the
True.
population.
Yep.
Which makes me wonder. I'm getting really deep into this. I'm sorry.
I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it. I do too.
It makes me wonder, like when Thanos did the snap, and it was supposed to be perfectly balanced, like all things should be.
Yes.
If that included the planets where he had already decimated half the population,
Oh, shit. Yeah.
because then they're down to a quarter of a population,
Yeah.
and now he's really going against his own.
Well, but when
Yeah.
you snap, you can tell the stone what you wanted to do, kind of, right? Like
Well,
Banner
but,
did.
But if he did it completely, yeah.
Right, but what I'm
that
saying
was-
is he's
that
like,
was the reason why Hulk got so injured is because he was trying so hard to bring back Natasha.
Oh, was that why
He was trying to concentrate so hard. He's
Yeah.
like, I tried to do it, but it wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah. I just wonder if Thanos had like a list, like, this planet, I already killed half, so we'll just leave them be. And
Skip that planet. Sakaar, wipe it out. Fuck Sakaar.
Pizza Hut Bazzones, we got to bring those back. Those are really good. And
Pizza Papa, you can spare him. He's in a different universe now, or in a different whatever. That's so complicated. Anyway,
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Guardians 3. Looks like it definitely looks like it's going to be a more emotional.
Yeah, I mean, 2 kind of made that leap too.
I don't think it's going to be
Not
a
the
comedic
like the first one. First one's like, I think the first one's a good introduction. Like usually, when you do a first movie, you make it like you want to just keep people happy pretty much. And then the second one, you're able to dive more into, the characters. And I think they just keep going and going. They like barely scratch the surface in the first Guardians. But yeah, this one definitely looks, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's going to die. Care for. There's a scene where they got somebody on a table and they're all weeping and
this is
trying to fix.
Last Guardians movie.
Yes. I mean, they could some characters could probably still come back in cameos, but yeah, this is probably the last, iteration of this Guardians of the Galaxy. Like they might have a new team.
Oh yeah, I mean
perhaps.
the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics has gone through so many members.
Well, and the original team was not even the original theater.
Well, yeah, the original
team
was like basically the Sylvester Stallone's crew.
Yep.
And I want to say they were from like the year 3000 or something like that. And then they came back or something. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, James Gunn is moving on to DC.
Yep. Oh yeah, big time.
Dave Bautista, I believe, has said he doesn't want to do another Guardians film.
Right. I think he didn't like the handling Disney did of James Gunn, and I think he's just like, I'm kind of, and he's in bigger, better things. I think he's going to be in the next Dune film again, reprising his part, and he was just in Glass Onion, Knives Out sequel. So he's,
I'm sure he wants to expand his horizons. And
and luckily he can. I mean, if he's trapped in that part, that's one thing. Like, I'll always be here. But Groot's gotten bigger. Rocket, we get to see Baby Rocket, which from all accounts, we're going to see his backstory, which is very tragic. He does get reunited with Lila, I believe. She's Otter. She's in the comics.
Lila the Otter.
Yeah, they were actually a team in the comics, and that's basically the love of his life. She's a heiress to a large toy making company on planet Half-World. So yeah. So maybe they'll retire. I don't know, but a lot of people are like, I think that's gonna be Rocket. No, don't kill Rocket.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something bad is going to happen, of course. And,
sure.
But yeah, the original cast is back. And then we got William Poulter as Adam Warlock. So
he looked good.
Yeah, he's beefed up big time for this part, too.
Yeah. And I love his acting, too. I mean, he's got tremendous range as an actor.
Meet the Millers was the first time I was known of him. Just this goofy kid.
He was in Where the Millers. And then he was in what really made him stand out as an actor to me was the Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Okay.
I think is what it was on Netflix. It was like the interactive one, like the choose your own adventure kind of.
Yeah, sadly, I've only seen the first episode of Black Mirror.
This is like apart from the
series okay. Yeah.
The Black Mirror is like,
it's like a modern day Twilight Zone, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a bunch of episodes, but they're loosely connected, but not specifically connected. But and from what I saw of the suit, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it could be at any stage in the movie, so we could have different things going on. But like, I always thought Adam Warlock in the comics looked ridiculous.
Yeah,
he looked like a guy that, from outer space that took playing D&D way too seriously. But it makes me wonder if we're going to get Magus at some point.
Oh, sure.
Who was the original, not in Infinity Gauntlet, but Infinity War, I want to say, in the comics, was where he was like the dark version of Adam Warlock.
Oh, wow.
And he came and got I think he got the Infinity Stones and like made duplicate copies of all the the doppelgangers.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah, that's where you got like the 6-armed like demon Spider-Man looking guy.
Right.
And they were made to like supplant the heroes on Earth. And whole big story, but I think I'm super hyped for this.
Well, Gunn's super good at peppering all these like factoids and all the there are always possibilities to explore. Yeah, they're in there. Yeah.
I mean, we're already kind of getting into that space theme kind of thing. We've got Hulk's son from Sakaar.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. Looked like George Costanza anyway.
Did you see the meme?
I did see the meme, and I was like, yes, that is perfect, because it looked like a young George Costanza.
It's okay. We'll just break the fourth wall and erase it.
That whole last episode's such a mindfuck.
What a lazy, like, man, I would love to, like, that's the hardest part when you write something, right? You got to come up with an ending to all these setups, and they just were like, we'll just do this, fourth wall. And I just thought that was too lazy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tangent, but still, yeah, it's like, this is my son. Like, what the fuck is going on?
But when we're getting into the, the space type of stuff with Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
Obviously Monica Rambeau was recruited to go to space with, at the end of WandaVision and all that stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's, I don't think it's far-fetched to say that we'll never see all of the Guardians again.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll come up here and there. Yeah.
But the thing I've noticed with Peter Quill, and they kind of touched on this in the holiday special, was like even in Thor: Love and Thunder, when they showed him, it looked like he just had given up and didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
In his appearance, and you kind of get a sense of that, of why in the holiday special. So I'm not going to spoil that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I have the sense like he's going to get everything back that he ever wanted, and then it's just going to be taken, like, wiped away from him.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing. Like maybe Gamora will be the one to die again, or
oh, Jesus, yeah. Or he'll sacrifice himself this time.
There's going to be some sort of sacrifice and some sort of loss in this.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah.
I honestly, I can't wait to see more, but I almost don't want to see more.
You're right.
Because I don't want it to spoil anything in the final product. But
yeah, it's going to suck. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
It's going to suck to avoid it before I see it. But
I know.
Maybe I'll get lucky and go see it the day it opens, like I did with Black Panther.
There you go. We'll go there. We'll bring our recording equipment and sit outside.
Yeah. Like,
if heaters.
You need to leave, sir. Can't park here.
Hey, we can get arrested on camera. That'd be cool. Like, hey, we'll be back next episode. The cuffs are hurting. Ouch.
Oh, jeez.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So it's funny because we just talked about Indiana Jones last episode because it was what magazine was it? Premiere. Anyway, it was a magazine full shoot. Might have been Empire of all these cool shots of what's coming up and a little bit more diving into new characters and so on. So finally got the trailer. John Rhys Davis is back as Sala. I heard those rumors, so did not recognize the voice when the trailer began. He's older now, so it's not the same. But what did you think?
I'm excited for it. I've been looking forward to another indie film
since Crystal Skull.
Well, I think everybody has. But I'm like, there's no way they can end it on this note.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them doing it and then like moving into Mutt or whatever his name was, becoming like the new Indiana Jones. But I'm glad. I'm glad that Harrison Ford's back for it. Glad he's kind of giving it one more ride. One last ride.
Right. And
I don't know. The trailer looked good. It kind of got me excited for it. I could take it or leave it at this point, really, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it's probably one I'm gonna kick myself if I don't see it in the theaters.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, that's what's kind of nice about doing this show is you feel like I gotta go see this right away. Also, you don't want to see the spoilers because internet's not. They don't care about your feelings about those things. Like YouTube will do screen caps, for the damn videos. And it's like, thanks, guys.
They will. You'll see. That's
you sons of bitches.
Me off so much.
Or they'll even detail it in the
when they
title.
When they show the thumbnail and it's like he was alive all along with like a big arrow pointing at it. I'm like, thank you for spoiling it for me. I did
so and so's last fight, and I'm like, really? Oh, cool. Thanks.
I was just looking for internet drama.
I was just scrolling, man. What the hell? Oh, geez. But
I mean, I'm excited for it. They've got nowhere to go but up.
True. Yeah,
I guess.
True,
But
I mean, if James Mangold gets me excited for this film because he directed Logan and Ford v Ferrari. He's very good at action scenes, I think, and these chase scenes look incredible. Yeah, it all looked really good. Yeah, it really had that feeling. Someone brought up, I follow Robert Meyer Burnett. He's very knowledgeable about film itself, and he actually had a good criticism. He was like, it feels like the digital filming makes it feel like not as like much as the original Indiana Joneses, like because of the type of lenses they use and so on. Like we even talked about this last time, how, the importance of physical media, it's just like the richness was kind of gone from the original films, the look anyway. And it's not a Spielberg film. So yeah, I do see it's kind of got that CG digital look to it in spots, but then in other spots it looks pretty good. So I'm sure they're still polishing it up, and I do like what I see. The flashbacks, or if it's time travel, dealing with the Dial of Destiny, we do see a de-age Harrison Ford, which we knew was happening. I think a lot of people are like, that's a flashback scene, but after this trailer, he might literally dial back time and go back into his younger self and like redo things. I don't know, the de-aging, like we talked earlier on this show, sometimes they do a very, very good job. This, I think, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, because it's they still are working on the film, but yeah, like the look looks great, but I don't know if you noticed, like when he moved, it was kind of like blurred a little bit. It's not quite there yet.
It's like his kind of like the face tracking the movement wasn't quite there.
Yeah. That's what took me out of it. Other than that, though, I was like, that looks pretty cool. There's like a few scenes where it's young Indy again. Yeah. Or, Harrison Ford in his 40s probably, or whatever. I
love the character of Indiana Jones anyway. I mean, I know. Yeah.
I do
that's
too.
what I'm looking forward to more than anything. And I know Harrison Ford, he's getting up there and...
Yeah, he just turned 80.
Just turned 80.
Yeah. He's done. This is his last Indy film, so...
He's like, I just want to,
Yeah.
I remember seeing a thing popped up on my Facebook the other day that was him at an awards show or something like that, and they played him out to the indie theme.
Yeah.
It was like, a damn music follows me everywhere.
Yeah,
he was just grumpy Harrison, but
that's the part he loves the most. I think he doesn't he's not a Han Solo fan really.
Yeah,
Star Wars. He liked Indiana Jones. That was,
but I think those are really the only two roles that he ever got into where it was. He did them consistently. Yeah,
like Jack Ryan, he only did 2 movies. Other than that,
you look at like the other ones, like Air Force One, or even like Regarding Memory, or something like that.
Yeah,
he played one character and he was done with it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I can't. I'm sure we'll do a total review and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Still waiting on the Indiana Jones video game to come out.
Right. Is there a good potential with that? Like the makers and everything?
I think that's such a big project, but like it's been years since we got that initial teaser of him like picking up the you pan across the desk and you see his whip in his hand.
Right.
You see the hand pick up the hat.
That's gotta be like Arkham level of
it would have to be. But like it can't be. I'm really hoping it wouldn't be like a linear thing like Uncharted or Tomb Raider. I mean, those have some open world aspects to them, but I would really like to see a. I mean, story wise, I don't think you could do it totally that way. But yeah, if like Rocksteady did the Arkham series, got involved in it, holy shit!
Because what sucks is
Insomniac, one of the two.
Yeah, but what sucks is if it's like a low key game developer or whatever. Doesn't do a whole lot. There's not going to be any interest to pursue it like in the future. Like it's going to take longer for finally to get its due.
And you got to go in with like intellectual property copyrights and that stuff, and that's just so messy. But it would still be nice to see it.
I hope so. Yeah, got to be great for the movie, but it's not going to make it in time, I'm sure. So
no, I'm sure it's not. I don't think it was ever going to be based on any of the movies anyway.
Right, which is fine. But at least like if they could release it close to when you have a movie out, it's like the excitement's in the air, the hype is up.
Shit,
it's
do it like LGN or LJN used to do back in the day.
Yeah,
new movie was coming out. Oh, we have a game of it. The movie's not even out yet.
Pizza Hut, do what you did in the past. Give us like a beta disc or whatever of the game for your promotional campaign.
I'm totally kidding, by the way. LJN had the worst fucking games ever.
He got their hopes up.
Jesus.
LJN,
they're so bad. And they put out so many of them. Holy shit.
Are they part of the Twisted Metal? The
No.
shitty ones? Okay.
I don't think so. But like, no, they're the ones that like put out like Lethal Weapon 3 and like.
Oh, really? I gotta see how that's played.
Oh, it's so horrible. Fuck me.
They didn't do the Die Hard trilogy, did they? Because that's my fave. I love Die Hard trilogy.
There is a Die Hard trilogy arcade game.
Oh, they did that?
No, they didn't do that.
Oh.
Thank God.
I have the trilogy on PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation.
Yeah, it was like that. Is that one?
I
That's
love that thing, man. Especially when I got the cheat codes.
That was when you still could use the light gun in Die Hard 2.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Can't do that anymore with LED TVs. Sucks.
Oh, that's right. You can't.
Unless you have a sensor on the front.
Like the 3D technology with your little knob, like boom. Oh gosh, fun stuff.
We're fucking old.
I know. That's all right.
God.
Well, old things are coming back though.
That's right.
Been out of
Old
toy
things
aisle.
are making a comeback.
You know, you buy a figure like that for like $20. That big. Isn't that crazy? Of like a throwback figure. I'm like, it doesn't even have much detail. It's like, why would I want to pay $20 for this thing?
Yeah,
but they're bringing back all kinds of cool shit. It's great. Indiana Jones will be out June 30th. So, yay. Cocaine Bear. This is like making the rounds. I got so many messages about like, you seen this trailer? And then, yeah, immediately I read an article on it. And it's so funny. Like we were talking earlier about, you know, how you stretch the truths and like biopics and things like that. Like this isn't really a biopic, but this bear goes on a rampage in the movie. Like he's just nuts and he's doing all these amazing things like leaping far distances. I can't recall well, but you know, he's just doing all these crazy things. He's on cocaine, but the real story was, they just found this bear. He ate all his cocaine and died. That's the real story.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, I know. It's
but I get it. It's actually a smart premise, but it's like a Sharknado type of.
Yeah,
maybe not as bad, probably.
And it's getting a theatrical release.
Yeah, and
which is
there's
great.
big actors in it too.
My buddy Sean and I were talking about this on Friday. We don't think there had been like as far as like over the top ridiculous movies like this.
Yeah,
I think the last one to be released theatrically was Snakes on a Plane.
Really?
Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Just in my mind.
Right.
Mind, you know,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But this looks fucking hilarious. Like it looks so off the walls crazy, and I'm totally.
But the CG isn't terrible. You know,
it's really not. I mean, it looks a little. The bear looks a little, to me, like the Resident Evil 2 dog, or like the Resident Evil dogs from the movies. You know, like not quite all there, but I mean, obviously you can't train a bear to rip somebody's guts out, but you could.
There's a lot of actors in this thing.
You need a lot of extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be fun.
Yeah. I'll probably go see it. Perhaps. Universal Pictures is putting this out. Action, thriller, comedy, obviously. So it's basically based on a drug runner's plane. Well, in the movie anyway, it crashed in 1985. So it's a period piece. So the real story was, we had this formal narcotics officer. He was also a convicted drug dealer. His plane was too heavy, so he threw out a duffel bag of coke. And then he went after the coke, and his parachute failed. So he died, obviously. And then, they found a black bear dead 3 months later in Georgia. It weighed 175 pounds. 40 open plastic containers of coke were around him. So... and then became lore after that. But yeah, actually, they stuffed the bear in real life, and it's actually on display in a Kentucky Fun Mall. So Lexington, Kentucky, and
what a legacy, man.
Yeah, and you can get your they call it Cokie the Bear merch. This is real. Yeah,
oh, no.
You can get T-shirts, cups, all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, road trip.
Yeah.
But
Lord,
it's just so funny how they stretched it out. But hey, you know, that's creative, right? It's not really, it's something new. It's not really. It may be kind of a throwback anyway, because you had shitty movies in the past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks fun. I think. I don't think it'll be an award-winning movie, but it's fun.
It'll be a fun one to go see.
A good popcorn
Yeah.
film. Yeah. Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't know too much about Mario Brothers. Do you?
Oh yeah.
That's a joke. Yeah, what'd you think? We finally got a trailer, and are you ready to boycott Chris Pratt's performance?
God. Here's the thing. Out of both trailers we've gotten, we've maybe heard 5 to 10 seconds total of his actual voice as Mario. I get where people's criticisms are. But I also know how much of a massive troll Chris Pratt is. And I could see him like telling Illumination, like, no, release it with my actual speaking voice, and then when they get to the theater I'm going to have a Mario voice, and that would be hilarious. I could totally see that happening. It almost looks like they're taking like every Mario property and trying to cram it into this one film. There's aspects of Smash Brothers in it. There's a Mario Kart scene. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Okay.
It looks great.
It looks phenomenal.
Story-wise, I
mean, visually, yes, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'll go see it. I think if anything, the only thing people aren't going to like is Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and I don't get that,
But
man.
I really hope, like, I don't know. I still think it should have went to Charles Martinet.
Oh, you do? Well, if they did the same for Optimus Prime, I guess in that sense.
They did, but...
could you stand that voice, though, for lots of dialogue?
That'd be fucking annoying.
That's the thing, though. He's kind of just done, like, quick little things, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't
like,
he actually
Mamma mia, yahoo!
He hasn't said, like, a paragraph of dialogue, so that would be just...
Yeah.
That'd be too much,
probably. It would be a lot.
I kind of see... But I was surprised how much of his what do you call it, aneurysms? Or not aneurysms? Mannerisms. Oh, my God. This is Ectocoolus. We talked about this on last podcast. Yeah, I don't get paid by them. But anyway, I'm going to blame it on that. But yeah.
Cocaine Bear was based on Josh's true story.
Yes. Plane crash in 85. I was 4, so it was pretty rough. My dad threw me out with the cocaine. Yeah, he's saying yippee and did he say Mamma Mia?
It says let's-a go.
Let's-a go.
But he says it like let's-a go. Kind of like, I don't know. Not really like that, but he's like he's getting ready to fight Donkey Kong in like an arena kind of thing, and Donkey Kong just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah. That is the thing that's maybe a little off-putting is him and Luigi aren't so sure of themselves versus the games. They're not made to be kind of fools in the games, right? They're pretty brave.
No,
they just kick ass.
I mean,
it's an origin tale, probably. Obviously,
Luigi's been the butt of everyone's jokes because he's player 2.
Right, and he's basically he's Mario. In the original game, he's just still Mario. He just had green pants, which I loved Luigi.
And that was that was my thing. It's like I always have liked Luigi more.
Yeah, I think it's the color. I don't know.
Yeah, probably is the color.
It's damn marketers. They know what they're doing.
But yeah, I think I still think there's a lot to this movie we haven't seen. So just wait till it comes out. People, stop giving him so much hate.
It almost feels like they're throwing so much in it. Like maybe they don't plan to make a sequel because how could you top that if you include everything we love about this franchise, game franchise?
You know what the premise is behind the original 3 Mario Brothers movies or Mario Brothers games, right?
I don't.
Super Mario Brothers 1, the original one, actually took place. You know, Princess was kidnapped. Mario rescued her from Bowser. Mario Brothers 2, which originally wasn't a Mario Brothers game,
right,
is a dream. Is Mario's dream.
Oh, okay.
And Mario Brothers 3 is a stage production of Mario rescuing the princess.
For real?
That's why all the blocks look like they're bolted into the background. That's why everything looks 2D.
Was this a retconned idea, or is this
No,
actually...
this is like a. I don't know if this is official lore or something like that.
I
this
dig
is
it,
like
though.
a fan theory.
I
Kind of thing.
dig it, though.
But it makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
But I could see this being like a. I could see it being a one and done. I don't think it's going to be like Sonic,
Yeah.
where they make multiple movies of it.
Right, because Sonic didn't just go, show you everything you loved about the universe. They like teased other things at the end, and then they brought it in for the second one. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess just focus on this movie first, and I guess they want to try and make a sequel. Great. Doesn't mean I'll dig it, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the cast is great. I mean, you got Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach.
She sounded pretty good as Princess Peach.
She did. She did. I almost thought she was Elizabeth Banks. Or yeah, that's her name, right? Yeah.
Peach didn't have, I think Mario 64 was the first time she ever really had like much dialogue.
Right. And when did he have dialogue finally? Was it 3 or is it?
No,
was it Mario
that
World?
was Mario 64.
Okay.
He actually like
64
spoke.
introduced all of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Charles does have a part in it though. They didn't say what it was.
He does have a part in it, but I haven't heard what it is.
Yeah.
He'll probably be like Mario's dad or grandpa.
There you go.
Or something.
That'd be cool. Grandpa might be more because he's kind of senile. He's like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie Day is Luigi. Jack Black is Bowser, which you don't recognize, man. They totally tweaked his voice.
It does, I guess, because I'm such a huge fan of Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
It sounds like if Poe was evil.
Yeah.
So I do not. It's really good. I think
Right.
Jack Black is amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the writers of this did the Minions, or did Minions: The Rise of Gru and Lego Movie 2. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like, that's the thing that blows me away about looking at the trailers. It does not look like an Illumination movie.
oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like Pixar has this look, Disney has this look,
yeah.
Illumination has this look,
Right.
where everything's like different, but it looks kind of similar. And
Because they don't have to come up with their own looks. They actually have established
well, yeah,
looks.
and I think
can
they wanted this
easily-
to look like as close to the thing to the
Right.
characters as possible.
That's what
And
people want. Yeah.
Nintendo is involved in it too, so they probably had a lot to say with that.
Of course. Yeah.
You don't want Toad to look like a minion.
Right. Exactly. Moving into TV, Last of Us.
Oh, I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah, I never.
I've got to get an HBO Plus subscription because or whatever it is, HBO Max, whatever they call it now.
For now, what they call it, yeah.
Yeah.
Until it changes. Yeah, I was told about this game years ago. I never played it, but I did see some screenshots, and I get the gist of it. Yeah, when they announced the series, I wasn't totally thrilled about it. I don't know about you. Like,
Yeah, I was excited for it. I guess, and this was because this was before Last of Us 2 completely disappointed everybody.
it was that bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was bad.
Yeah.
If you liked it, cool. Whatever, man.
Right.
I've been hyped about it. I think it, honestly, I think it's one of those things like I would have loved to see a movie a lot sooner.
Yeah.
It was the first game I ever got because it came with my PlayStation 4, but it was the first game I got with my PlayStation 4.
Oh, wow. That's
The
nice.
remastered version of the
sweet.
the 2013 PS3 version.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about it the most is that the character models for the clickers, the bloater, they just showed that, like the bloated man kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those all look really good.
Yeah.
I am about 80% sure that Pedro Pascal is going to make a good Joel.
Good. Yeah.
I really think Dylan McDermott. He's always been my ultimate fan.
Oh,
casting.
yeah.
I think he would have been good in it. So there was a little bit of a, just quick background here, a little bit of a lore with the first game that Ellie was actually kind of modeled off of Ellen Page.
Yes, and there was
They
a
were-
lawsuit, wasn't there?
Yeah, they
For
originally
likeness? Yeah.
were thinking that they like used her likeness and it just was like a big coincidence. kind of
Yeah.
thing. They were also talking about Maisie Williams, I think is her name, playing Ellie at one point.
Oh, okay.
Played
yeah.
Arya Stark on
Yep.
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think it's going to look good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. The more I see of it, I'm like, okay, I'm interested. I mean, because we've been overbloated with zombie material for the last 10 years pretty much.
We just got done with The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's been going on for 11 seasons, which was about 7 seasons too long.
Yeah, I know. My wife and I dropped off that thing, but we loved it. Just dropped off, and we're just too behind to catch up. And I don't even know what happened. I know some of what happened, but yeah. So I mean, with this show, I'm like, okay, here we go, another zombie. Like everyone's had their take on the zombie apocalypse, and there's like one that everyone loves. So it's like, how do you give us something new? You know, there's a lot of human characters in this. I'm not familiar with the game, but
Yeah.
I was blown away with like, oh wow, there seems to be humanity still. It's not like total like Walking Dead,
Yeah.
like you're kind of in a tribe or whatever. And I could be wrong, but just from what I got from it. But what makes me excited as well is Craig Mazin, who did Chernobyl. He is
cool.
part one of the creators of the show.
Yeah.
With the creators of the game partnered up. So I think that gives it a good chance of being something really special. I did love what they did with Take On Me for the trailer, the latest trailer.
Oh, yeah.
The AHA. Yeah, it was kind of like their live performance they did for like MTV Unplugged. It was kind of more of a slower version. I mean, this is probably different than that, but I dug how they incorporated that into the trailer, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, Nick Offerman's in it. I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm on board, man. January 15th, so that's going to be here soon.
It is.
It's going to be very soon. So, yeah, they have Ashley Johnson, who is the original Ellie. Is that right, in the games? She's playing Anna Williams. She was the one who did the motion capture and the dialogue.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So she was she's actually the mom of that character in this show.
Very cool.
So very cool to honor her performance. And she was like the little kid in Growing Pains. Like before they went off the air, she was a little kid on that show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she had a little part in Avengers.
Callback.
Yeah, she had a little part in Avengers. So she's been around for a while. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much of the mom we see in the games. If we see any, this might be a whole new
I
concept.
don't remember.
It's probably a whole
seeing the
new
mom in the
expansion
game.
because it's different than the games. But
Yeah.
yeah, I look forward to it. And so yeah, as a gamer, you're gonna have probably the most to say about it. Like if it's
I mean, I'm just a lot of times with video game adaptations, like it's either really good or it's shit.
right. Some of it times it should just be like a hole in one, right? Like Assassin's Creed. Like how do you screw that up? That was like a whole
I mean that should have been just
right.
so easy to adapt.
Right. Yeah.
Resident Evil, they've tried so many times, like the Netflix series.
That's
oh my god,
canceled now, right?
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably won't see that franchise for a while, right?
I really hope we don't. And it sucks because I liked Welcome to Raccoon City.
Was that was
the newest
film, right?
movie that they
Okay.
did.
Yep.
I liked that. Way too short for a Resident Evil story that's trying to use
right.
3 movies, but
Did you like the Milo Djokovic films at all, for what they were at least? Or
Resident Evil in name only.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah,
because a lot of people say that. Well, not a popular game adaptation. Look at those movies, and
it's a good movie, but it's not a good Resident Evil movie.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Last of Us. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it should be interesting. I'm sure HBO does a pretty good job usually. So move into reviews and recommendations, and then we're out of here. So quickly, I'm just not going to spoil anything, but I was lucky to see Glass Onion. A lot of people couldn't. I didn't even look for tickets until like the night I wanted to see it, and I was like,
was it actually? It was here for like a week.
Yeah, it was only
Something
a week.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was only a week in the theaters, so it's like Netflix's strategy usually is just put it in a theater for a week. It made like $15 million. It was only on 700 screens, so that was the crazy part. Like, I figured it was going to be at every theater, so I go look for tickets, and the theater I usually like to go to the most sold out, or they had seats. You couldn't get. I was trying to seat with my wife, so we wanted seats together. So they either had seats up front, or they were all spread out, like single seats. So finally found a showing. That was Saturday. I looked for it. Saturday evening, I looked for tickets, and then I could the next day. I was like, okay, we can do an afternoon show. They didn't have 2 seats together until 8:15 at night for Sunday's show. So we got Monday's show at like 6:30, and luckily enough, and it felt pretty sold out. But as I got there, I realized the front row seats weren't too bad. Like, I probably could have done those, but so I felt very lucky to see it. I know a lot of people wanted to see it, and I think a lot of people got surprised like I did. Like, I figured every theater would have it around here, but it was only one theater.
Oh,
Cinemark.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only theater they had it at. And of course, Cinemark owns 2 theaters around us. So I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They own Altoona. I'll go to Altoona. Not at Altoona. It wasn't anywhere else around here but one theater. So
that's crazy.
It was crazy. But yeah, overall, I'll just say movie was great.
It's completely standalone from the first one, correct? Like, it's not...
I think you could say that. Yeah, definitely. Okay. You could say that. Yeah. And I'm glad, because I hate when sequels do that. Unless it's like you obviously need to refer to the first film.
That's why I guess that's why I was confused why they're using, unless they're using it like
the Knives Out mystery. I hate that, but I hope anyway they're using that just to get people to come. Like, you like Knives Out, this series, yes. Yeah. So I hope they drop that, because
it's kind of like what they did with Get Shorty and Be Cool.
Yeah,
like, I had no idea Be Cool was a sequel to Get Shorty,
right?
Until like, I was like, oh, wait, those are the same characters.
Right.
Like, when I was watching.
It turns out you just needed to see Get Shorty. So.
Yeah.
Be Cool's all right, but, Get Shorty was
I can kind of see it if, like, Knives Out is, like, the name of the,
I think,
like, series of films.
Right, but Knives Out
not necessarily connected.
Yes, it only referred to that first mystery. So to say a Knives Out mystery, it's just for marketing. This is a mild spoiler. It's not a big deal, really, but I will say in the film itself, it just says Glass Onion.
Oh, okay.
So I'm happy with that. I think that's just for marketing.
It's probably just like a marketing tagline or something like that.
Because they couldn't do Knives Out 2 because, that refers to the first film's mystery.
Sequel, really.
Because that's what it was all about. It was about the author of the books.
Bloody.
Yes.
Beaks bloody kind of thing.
Yes.
Vulture reference.
Right, exactly. But yeah, this was really good. The cast was great. Edward Norton you had in this. David Bautista, Kate Hudson, man, she did a great job. They all did great work. And, it was very well put together. And, the whole cast was amazing. Tons of cameos. So that's what's different about, from the first film. Yeah, there's so many cameos in this. It's freaking crazy. Janelle Mooney, I think that's her name. I'm not sure, but, she was great. She's a breakout performance in this. Very impressed. She's done a few things. She was in Hidden Figures. What else was she in? I can't remember. But anyway, and I probably butchered her name. Apologies. But she did a great job. She had more to do than I thought. And it was Daniel Craig is just so comfortable in this part. Like, he's just having a good time. You can tell, And in fact, on set, Dave Bautista was like, him and Daniel Craig were able to like have more fun versus when they were on Bond together, when they were both Inspector, because it's very serious and stuff. And Craig had a lot to do in that. So
I think I remember seeing a quote about that, like him saying that Benoit Blanc is Daniel Craig.
Oh yeah, sort of.
It's more of a natural role
when he's not doing Bond. Yeah, right.
Like Bond, he had to force, not necessarily force a lot, but he probably had to. I know he tried to do like a lot of his own stunts, and he had
buff,
he had to get pretty shredded for the role. This
is more dialogue heavy.
wear his little cardigan or whatever, and
Yeah.
just kind of be.
Well, what's so funny is, and this is in the trailer, I'm not giving anything away. He's in the pool. They're all in the pool, and he's in the pool with like a buttoned up shirt. Totally opposite of what Bond would do, show off his body and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's what I admire about it. And it's not like he's not in shape. He is, but it's just a character choice. Like he's kind of discreet. He's like, I'm just kind of
The character's very
keeps to himself.
Would be the polar opposite of James Bond if the two of them were
which
brothers.
is great. You don't want to just play this guy's like, I'm sexy, But yeah, Netflix will have this on its platform December 23rd. So that's why I wanted to see it so bad in the theater. It's like I have to wait a whole month if I don't. And so,
Oh, wow.
But what sucks is I'll probably do a standalone video on this, maybe with my wife. Because obviously I can't spoil it right now with you guys and stuff. But I'm totally welcome to, when it comes out on Netflix officially, totally revisiting it. Yeah.
What are we watching, the episode or something? Or?
Yeah. We're trying to get that off the ground. My wife and I are trying to do that show.
That would be cool.
What we're watching. Yeah, so maybe that'll be our first episode. Yeah, I think it would be a good popular one. So yeah, maybe we'll do that perhaps. But yeah, I'm totally cool with coming back after you guys have seen it to talk about it. But yeah, I think everyone out there, you're in for a treat. This is going to be, I don't want to overhype it, but I think you're going to be very pleased. And it was a good follow-up. I was very nervous. Like, how can you top Knives Out? I still love the look of Knives Out just because of the environment they're in, but this is it still looks good. It's still shot great. Rain Johnson, he is a fantastic artist, and everything he's done's pretty much been top notch, except Last Jedi, which is so surprising to me. Last Jedi has.
You would think Star Wars as an art film would be a perfect match, but.
Well, and I think that's what's crazy about it is, yes,
or an art, not necessarily an art film, but like he's more of somebody I'd consider a very artistic director,
right? And they let him do what he wanted to do, and so they had that trust, and I think that's why, because everything else he's done has been great, and so The Last Jedi just had just mixed up the fan community immensely, and so when he did Knives Out after that, it was like, holy shit. Why didn't we get this with Star Wars? Like, what happened? Like,
I don't know. I think, it's just like...
It's not a terrible film, but there's just so many...
It's just like people have different tastes, I think like maybe he works better in, the dramatic thriller fantasy, or the dramatic thriller than he does in a sci-fi fantasy film.
Right. Yeah, and he was a fan of Star Wars, so it's just kind of shocking. Like, I don't know, maybe he needed a studio head to be like, let's not do that.
I think they gave him too much freedom with it.
They did. Yeah. And I think
they needed somebody there to be like, no, rein it in. Like this is
literally, right? Rein it.
Yeah.
Dad joke. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think that they really needed somebody to like pull him back and be like, no, that's not what the fans want out of Star Wars. Like that's the problem. It's like they didn't have a full story of what they want to do with that trilogy. So I think it would have been better if they had an end in place. Like, okay, do whatever you want here, but we have to line up with this ending we want to do. Well, and that's the problem. They didn't have that. It's the classic phrase, begin with the end in mind.
Right. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't.
That's what they didn't do at all with the prequel trilogy.
Right.
It sucks.
Right.
Because the next one, so this many times they had to go back and like completely redo everything.
Yeah.
And, just kind of be like, no, Ray, actually, you do have parents. They weren't just people who sold you for drinking money. No, Luke isn't actually a dick. Whatever.
He did that, and he trained Leia. Like, what?
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, I guess I'd be salty, too, if all my kids got burned to death, but okay.
And then they brought Knights Ren back. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. But, again, it's just so shocking. Like, other than that film, I think the dude's very, very talented. I loved his writing, and
it's just
great.
Like what we were saying with Ang Lee.
Exactly. The Last Jedi was his Hulk.
Yeah.
It might have been a little bit better than his Hulk.
Oh,
right?
that's a mark to have on your career. Holy shit.
That should be the title of the show.
That'll be his title of his autobiography. The Last Jedi was my Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does make sense though. But yeah, you're gonna dig it, and yeah, I think my wife and I will go more in depth. Hopefully, we'll kickstart our finally do our show we've been wanting to do for 2 years now.
Yeah.
I announced like a year ago, hoping that would get me motivated. Like I put the cover art out and everything, and I didn't do anything after that. It was just like I don't know what to do. Of course, I wasn't filming then either, so
Yeah,
I've done that more now, so have a better idea. So more to come on that. It'll be on this channel.
Well, if it works out as an audio series, then it works out as an audio series. I mean, but
right.
I know. I do think it's important that we've like transitioned into the video thing because I mean then you can
We had to.
you can listen to us if you want, or you can watch us on YouTube if you feel so inclined.
Right.
And you want to see all of our beautiful faces for radio. Yeah.
Ow.
Anyway,
I hurt.
Okay,
I haven't flexed that muscle for a while. Shit.
usually doing the 16-ounce curls with this hand.
Oh God, that's good. Ecto Coolest, everybody.
Yeah.
Good times, great oldies. But yeah, definitely go check that out when it comes on Netflix. I bet they're going to re-release it in theaters. I hope so anyway, because I think I think it deserves to be on the big screen.
Is this something? Did I hear that rumor correctly that this is going to be like a series they want to do?
Yes.
They have like a deal with Netflix for like 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Something like that.
But it might also include other movies he does. Like he might have just signed a big deal for himself.
Oh, I see.
But I think there definitely is at least one more Knives Out in talks. So
That would be good because I guess that's what I like the most about the first one is almost like a modern day Clue.
yes. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And they even make that reference in the
Right.
movie. It looks like he lives inside of a Clue board. But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Looking forward
great.
to watching it. I'm glad I don't have to wait as long.
Yeah. If they keep the writing up, and everything, just keep doing what they're doing, but never get tiresome and keep it. Each one needs to have their own identity. I think that's the key factor there. So yeah, I think they'll have no problem to move forward at all. So Wednesday, I'm going to recommend this 8-episode series on Netflix right now. Stars Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. She does an incredible job. This show is awesome. I loved it. Tim Burton is back. It's his show. He doesn't direct every episode, but this is really it's much calmer and more put together than expected from him because his latest work's kind of been a little
goofy.
Yeah, I guess all of his works has been that way, right? I mean, he kind of hits his stride, and then it kind of gets overdone or just overblown or whatever the hell you want to say. But it's really good episode. She's great as Wednesday. Wednesday in the series goes to a boarding school basically called Nevermore. It's where the parents went to. So you get a lot of backstory from, the Adams, which, they've always kind of been vague. So it touches upon the Adams mythos, but in a way that doesn't piss you off. Like, I think everyone's got their ideas in mind, like, oh, this is what they are. And then if you change that, it's like, wait a minute, no, that's not who they are.
And I always think like the newest version of a franchise or media is going to be compared to the previous version.
Yeah.
Or the most recognizable version. So
right.
I know it's going to be hard not to compare it to Addams Family Values, those films, but
I really didn't have a problem with the comparisons. I just treat it as its own thing. You could even say it's part of that. It's the same Wednesday. You could say that to yourself. But yeah,
I mean, it's a classic character. So
it is. Yeah. And
it's nice to see what other people's takes are on it.
Yeah, for sure. The cast, you got Gwendolyn Christie, who plays the principal of the school. She was in Game of Thrones.
Cool.
In Star Wars.
I love Gwendolyn Christie. She's amazing.
Yeah, she kind of finally got her due. Because Star Wars, that character, again, going back to that trilogy, what a shitty, wasted character. It had potential, and they just didn't fucking do anything with it.
My thing is, though, that they always... they have this really bad habit of teasing us with badass characters
Yeah.
and then giving us absolutely shit to do
Right.
with them.
Right.
And then bringing them back later and giving them their
Yeah.
due. Like, I actually liked Boba Fett. It could have been different, but,
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
maybe we'll get a Captain Phasma show at some point.
It's not
It'd be-
impossible.
It'd be nice to see, like, Andor from the Empire's perspective.
Yeah.
Or something, which I
That would be
guess we are
cool.
kind of getting both sides of it, but
That's
you know,
interesting.
you never know.
Yeah, I'm sure she's got a cool backstory.
But yeah, my daughter said that she watched all of them. Apparently,
Did she? We're
I haven't-
almost there.
I haven't watched them yet.
You'll like
So,
them. They
I'm
got
looking
great
forward to it.
cliffhangers, and yeah, it's just overall well put together. It's a murder mystery of a show. That's how it keeps going, basically. All the performances are great, and yeah, it's a great show. Christina Ricci, she plays kind of the green thumb of the school, one of the teachers. Of course, she's the '90s Wednesday.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, she actually does more in the show than I thought she was going to do. I thought it was kind of be a little
She was gonna
wink
have like a
type of part.
cameo, and
Yes.
like, oh, hey, remember her? She was
But
in the last one.
she's so great in this show. Everyone's just great. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Louis Guzman plays Gomez. Fred Armisen's Uncle Fester. Yeah, it's a great cast. And going back to Gwendolyn Christie, she actually said that for the first time, she felt like she was finally beautiful on film, how they shot her and her look in this. Because I think Game of Thrones, she was always kind of dirty and stuff. And then Phasma, always a helmet or an eye. But yeah, this show, like, she's got some cool outfits, and they really utilized her acting abilities and it give her more range. And I think that's fantastic. Of course, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I'm sure she did a good job on that show too. But
The character she plays, Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a tongue issue.
That's right.
Apparently. And he's the one that's been drinking.
yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
when am I not? What? Oh shit!
My blood type is
Did I say that?
MD 2020. No, but I always liked her character in the show, and yeah, so it's good to hear that she's in it, because I've been kind of wanting to see her in like a role where she can kind of break out and do her own thing, kind of.
It's
like
a
that,
cool
so.
show. Yeah, it's a real treat, and yeah, it's
Good.
well done, very well done.
Good.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
That was good.
Yes,
was
part
really
of the Marvel feature presentation they've been doing.
It was silly, but I really hope it was canon.
Yeah,
I really do.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's.
I mean, I know. So James Gunn is big on Twitter. He's big on like answering people's questions and stuff like that. So I'm not spoiling the premise of it. I don't think. Do you want me to get into spoilers on it, or
we can just warning spoilers. It's been out for like 2 weeks, so
yeah, it's just, and it's like a 45-minute.
yeah, it's pretty short. It's a stocking stuffer.
It is. It's like it's a Marvel one shot, kind
good
of
one,
like
though.
Werewolf by Night
Yes.
was. But
Yep.
so there's a lot of things that happen in this movie where people are like, is this canon or not? And so they went to Twitter and asked James Cameron, and yes, apparently Nebula really did steal Bucky's arm. She gives that to Rocket as a present. He probably has a whole closet full of them by this point. It's not like he can't just go to AO and be like, hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. Going through TSA, I had to take it off. They confiscated it. I need a new one. But the premise of this is like they're trying to cheer up Peter, and you see more, like I said before, in that it feels like he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of like down in the dumps and everything. They're trying to cheer him up for Christmas, and
Like, he's still nice to people. Just his spirit is just kind of diminished.
you can see that he doesn't have that like twinkle in his eye kind of thing.
Yeah.
And of course, Gamora's not back yet, anything like that. They haven't reconciled with that whole plot thread. So
That'll be interesting.
to cheer him up, they go and kidnap one of his childhood heroes. They kidnap Kevin Bacon, and who is, in Marvel lore is the actual actor Kevin Bacon
Yes.
in this, and they kidnap him and like hypnotize him a few times and wrap him up and give him to Peter as a present. And it's got like a whole kind of message behind it, but I think it's cool that James Gunn has said that this is canon, because I really want, like, if the Guardians come to Earth or something, like Val to be like, yeah, you can't kidnap people like that from our planet. Like, alien abduction is not cool.
Right.
But one of the biggest reveals in this is that Mantis is his sister, is Star-Lord's sister.
Yep.
So we find out that she was a child of Ego, instead of just a, random person he found. So
Which they did hint that could have been a possibility, because when Ego was showing all the mates he had, one of them was
one
her
of them
species.
did have like the antenna.
So I wondered, like, I think a lot of people probably wonder, like, I wonder, they're probably related, right? Maybe. But then again, he killed everybody, so, you could easily be
you
like,
said
well,
all of them were disappointing, so it
Yeah.
kind of sounded like he killed all of his children. But
right. But that was a cool moment. He's like, that's the best gift ever.
we also got Michael Rooker back briefly as Yondu, which was good.
With the rotoscoping animation.
Rotoscoping animation was really cool.
I
It reminded
love that.
me
It
of,
brought me
like,
back to childhood.
It did.
Some of the things, yeah. I love Gunn for that. He's just like...
He's got such a good eye for... That's why I'm going to miss him so much.
But DC's
But
going to get...
DC, but
DC's
it's going to
gonna
be
get so much
great.
better.
I'm going to miss the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. Like,
Yeah, me too.
that was really cool. One thing that I really liked was the Christmas song they do at the beginning of it.
Oh, yeah. That was catchy.
Was really cool.
Yep.
It was very catchy.
Yep.
It's definitely worth a watch. I mean, it's, you're not going to get Avengers Endgame with this, but it's still worth watching. I think, very much so.
For sure. Yeah. It was a nice little extra treat because, after 3, things are going to change. And at least we got a little, moment before that.
It's going to be like the calm before the storm. Like the happy moment before they go into battle and everyone dies.
Right. Quick plugs.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Billy Creston will be gaming on YouTube. You can find me at the what do they call them now? Mentions? I don't know what they mean. What they call them now?
Hashtags.
There's a thing on YouTube now, like the mentions. You can do at Billy Creston.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
Search and you can find me.
Yep.
That way.
That's cool.
Also, on Facebook, facebook.com/Billy Creston Gaming, on Twitter at Creston Billy. One thing I wanted to plug real quick, just a thing that I thought was really cool. Yesterday, I saw a tweet from Kevin Nash, not directed to me. That would have been super awesome. But so he has this podcast on YouTube called Click This. Mm-hmm. And his son unfortunately passed away about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So his son's big thing was he wanted to get the YouTube plaque that you get for 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So he had a live stream, like ticker thing going last night. Put out a thing on Twitter. He's like, this would mean a lot to my son. He wants to put up the plaque on his mantle next to his son's ashes.
Yeah.
And he hit it last night.
Oh, sweet.
100,000 subscribers. And it was really cool to see the ticker thing going. And so congratulations to Kevin, and Scott would be proud. So you should be proud too.
Yeah. That's great. I'm glad that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure when my next video is going to come out. It's going to be really hard to top the Bovlax video.
Holy crap. Yeah.
That blew the fuck up. Thank you all so much for everyone who watched that. And I'll have more on my channel coming soon. It's just trying to figure out what I'm trying to do next, because
that was awesome. Yeah.
Very well done. How do you top Star Wars with a Battlestar Galactica budget?
He did it.
Just kidding.
Oh, that's great.
Should have said Red Dwarf. That probably would have been better. Battlestar Galactica had a phenomenal budget. Anyway,
you can say the original
Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, with the Klingons.
Check out Steve's comic blog, stevescomicblog.com. He's got some cool writings in the work, regarding comics, of course, and other avenues of that entertainment. Also, check out Field of Geeks. We're pretty much everywhere you can listen to a podcast, and you can see us on YouTube, fieldofgeeks.com. So,
and also, if you are into music or you like other podcasts, go check out our friend Raven Xavier on YouTube.
Yes.
It was at RaveX Music, and he's the one that produced our kick-ass theme. So go like, subscribe, download his stuff, and rock out.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, Nexus 6 for all your marketing needs, especially in the Des Moines area. They think outside the box, and they're award-winning. So definitely, if you're in another state or maybe country, check them out for your needs. So,
Yes.
I guess with that, we'll be back. Hopefully, with a 100,000 subscribers plaque as well. I'll make one.
We'll make one.
I'm gonna draw it in crayon
I'm
on
gonna
paper.
3D print one and call it good. Just spray paint it.
100,000 IOUs.
God.
Oh, anyway. Hey, someday, right?
Dare to dream, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
We'll get there one of these days.
Oh, yeah. We're getting there. Hey, 20 away from 100. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Tell your friends, neighbors, countrymen,
Grandparents,
everywhere, complete
Vet.
strangers.
proctologist,
Yes.
dentist.
As they're looking into things.
Yeah.
Hey, have you checked out Field of
Hey,
Geeks?
hey, while you're down there, we just have their logo inside your anus.
Hey, turn and cough. Field of Geeks. Have you checked them out?
Oh, the
yeah.
QR code. Hey, snap a picture of that real quick while you're in there.
This doesn't look good. What? Damn it.
Why do you have a QR code down here?
Oh, great. Well, we'll be back. You guys take care. I'm Josh.
I'm
Cornelio. No, I don't know.
Cornelio. I'm Bill.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.